Welcome back! Thank you for tuning in. If you're not watching this the day it was released, it was recorded March 15th, 2768. Our guest...
Chaz Kangas.
Thank you for introducing yourself.
Thanks for having me.
It's always nice to not be alone.
Now more than ever.
What do you mean by that?
And I think there's so many times we've had to deal with a lot of involuntary solitary moments. And now I think when we really treasure being with others, that can be a really wonderful thing.
I really liked how that all sounded, but I'm concerned that it was mumbo jumbo. I want you to take me seriously here, alright? A lot of people, they'll let that pass. They'll go, yeah, to have togetherness in a time like this is really uplifting and it feels great, but not here on this show. Do you know what I'm saying?
You find that to all be balderdash and fiddle-dee-dee, pardon my language.
It does. It seems to be, for lack of a better term. For that reason, I'd like to start off with something light and see where you're coming from. If you were an Easter egg, where would you hide?
Behind the TV.
Why?
At some point, someone's going to be looking behind the TV, and then perhaps, I get a few more weeks of freedom, hiding in plain obstructed view.
You want to be sneaky, but you have a need to be found.
Best of both worlds.
I've heard in a lot of houses that that's where people keep their dust.
That or it's on the corner in Harlem in envelopes in the 90s.
I've never been there. What's that like?
You're clearly a fan of the Velvet Underground, Lou Reed, as we all are. There's a song, I'm Waiting for My Man, where he
A song?
A song.
What's it called?
I'm Waiting for My Man. It was off the Velvet Underground and Nico album, the one that...
Name two more.
Heroin and Sunday Morning.
That's the same...
Those are all on the same record.
I got all these guests coming in here naming 3 songs from sporadic places. I gotta go track them down. It's very difficult to find them all, but this is all in one spot, you're telling me.
Exactly. All on one easy-to-burn CD.
Take notes.
So Harlem's just like that.
Okay.
Except when Lou Reed says that he's on the corner of Lexington and 125 waiting to purchase his heroin, that location is now a McDonald's. So that's what modern Harlem is.
So that's where you're from. These are your friends?
I did not personally know Lou Reed on a level of friendship. I waited on him once when I worked at the Virgin Megastore in Union Square, 14th Street. At the very end of the transaction, he smiled at me, forever altering my image of him.
That sounds like a film that I wouldn't watch.
I think it's a license to print money. I think you and I got to get in on the ground floor of this.
Where do we find that? How do we do this? And what is this hand signal? What is this?
This is the quotation marks of the 2 bunnies who show you there may be something beneath the surface and not all that it may seem.
So you're a conspiracy theorist kind of guy.
Not in the slightest.
You get down with I don't know, maybe there's tunnels.
There's only one conspiracy theory that I full-fledged and questionably believe in. There have been at least 2 Andrew WKs.
Who's that?
He was the singer in 2002 who would do songs about partying, such as Party Hard, She Is Beautiful, Party Till You Puke, and New York City. There has been some online conspiracies that if you look at photographic images of him between 2002 and 2005 and later, that is a different gentleman portraying the Andrew WK character. I didn't put much stock in it until I interviewed Mr. WK in 2012 on the 10th anniversary of his album I Get Wet. And then at one point he just said to me, look, to know about this recording, you're going to have to ask somebody who was there. And I felt my world shatter. I feel confident and comfortable saying that there has been at least 2 Andrew WKs.
Where is the line? When it comes to journalism, how far are you allowed to dig?
So I think in this day and age, there's inalienable rights that people should have in terms of the privacy that they should be entitled to. But I think also when there is a significant level of harm and the requiring of whistleblowers and trumpet blowers, horn players, toot.
All kinds of wind instruments.
That's the section that, where the truth comes from.
The brass.
That's where I get my tax.
Is it?
It is, yeah.
What is the brass tax these days? 3, 4 trombonists?
It's about balance.
Back to scales.
And the reptilian overlords who fulfill these brass sections.
But, so you are a conspiracy theorist.
I was going to say, that's more so, I think we should be training lizards and iguanas and chameleons to play music.
It's difficult when you're trying to fill a horn section in your basement. You can't even know enough people. But if you've got pets who can learn how to play the parts.
And they're ready to rock because they're always resting on them.
I think it took the 2 of us to really crack down.
Just the 2 of us. Like that Will Smith song, Miami.
Exactly. I'm not totally familiar with that song, but it's just like it. I know it is.
So he's the actor from The Legend of Bagger Vance, and prior to that, he was a rapper.
And that's a TV show.
It's actually a motion picture.
Rap.
Oh, that's actually a genre of music.
Oh, do you rap?
Yes, I do.
Would you like to?
I'd be happy to.
Just imagine that there's a beat.
I usually am. What do you want me to rap about?
Rap about shoes.
Rap about shoes with a man with no faces, but he's got the pretty tight laces. You see the pattern, you see the different colors, you can see how they run with each other. I see it looking somewhat like an Aztec, and I appreciate it from every aspect. Right there, the shoes on patrol, and you can tell from looking at him that my man got soul.
Thank you. That's perfect.
Thank you.
Hey, what do you do?
My best. I'm also an on-air DJ and personality for The Current.
Oh, okay.
In beautiful, palatious, exotic St. Paul, Minnesota.
So what's that? That's all music?
Music, yep, and thoughts between the songs.
Thoughts about music stuff.
And I'd like to welcome you to come out the first Saturday of every month at the MSP Film Society. I host Midnight Mayhem, where we play at 10 p.m., 2 movies back to back, and we include classic retro drive-in interstitials, and there's also the chance to win fabulous prizes.
Are they good movies?
No.
Oh!
So we'll play like some genuine classics that found their audience through the Midnight Realm, and we'll also play some not quite so classics that are beloved for different reasons.
I don't know what those are.
They're miracles.
But I bet I would if I had been there. What's the hardest part about having a barber?
Figuring out what to get them on the holidays. How many barbers have been given a copy of Barbershop or Barbershop 2 Back in Business or Beauty Shop? You know, the Barber trilogy of films.
At what point do you try and shake it up and you get them like choices or choices to the setup?
Right.
You want to get them like a good classic film.
Right. State property.
That they can enjoy with their whole family. Right.
Yeah. Charlie Hustle, The Blueprint of a Millionaire. Oh, we're talking just the prime cinematic classics.
Right. Lightning round. Top 10 chairs. Go.
The chair from Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Okay.
Skeletor's throne. The throne from Game of Thrones, but not that one, the other one.
Okay.
The chair that Captain Picard sits in on the Enterprise.
Oh.
The big chair that the wrestler The Big Show swings whenever he's in chair matches, and he pulls out and it's like a really big chair. It's funny because like he'll pull that up, and in ladder matches he'll have like a really small ladder. When I see that, I think Hold Me Closer, Tiny Ladder. The very like stiff but delightful wooden chairs they have out in Kurokan Hall in Japan. There's a really nice $40 beige chair that Kmart sells. Final chair would be whichever chair that Frank Sinatra had, because he was the chairman of the board, so that would be the chairman's chair, or the chair squared.
Wow. Okay. You can be found.
I'm on Instagram at Chaz Raps, Twitter at Chaz Raps, Facebook Chaz Raps, wherever you can type the 8 magic letters CHAZRAPS, you can find me.
That's concise.
I also have music available wherever music can be purchased or stolen. I have tracks with the likes of Childish Gambino, Colt Cabana, DC Pearson, Princess Superstar, Homeboy Sandman, Mac Lethal, and so many others.
This has been an educational episode for me.
It's a wonderful thing you're putting into this world. Headless Chatman.
Thank you. And thank you for tuning in. Tune in next time with our guest, William Sassafras Johnson, and musical guest, Mundane Armada.